what a beautiful, cool day this is. Like, it's just, it feels so nice. The autumn weather. Today, I want to talk about this guy right here. And more specifically, I want to talk about iPhone 11 Pro, or just 11 in general, and why this is actually a much smarter investment. This is the Canon 10 to 18 mil 4.5 to 5.6 ultra wide lens. And you may have been hearing a lot of talk in the news about how wonderful the new iPhone 11 camera is and how you can fit so much more in the frame. All this is true, but if you already have a phone, is there a better, more affordable option than spending $1,000 plus on your phone over $200 on a dedicated lens? The build on the Canon 10 to 18 mil feels really good. Feels pretty solid in my hand. It is made out of plastic, so it's not like hard metal, so there is a little bit of, like, if you drop this thing, you might not be able to recover from it. But it's way better than like the young lenses that I've had that are like complete plastic. The weight of it is actually, it doesn't weigh that much. It's nice, feels good in my hands. And the focus ring is very smooth too. It's just like very, very smooth. The glass feels really good. Looks good quality. Yeah. It does have image stabilization, and you can of course autofocus and manual focus. So that is definitely a plus. The design, just like any other Canon lens, it's beautiful. It's fits the camera really well. It's simple to use. It's lightweight. So you may be wondering, well, how does this lens perform? Like, is it any good? If I were to buy, say, an iPhone, and this is an iPhone XS Max, by the way, but if I were to buy another iPhone with, you know, the triple camera thing, why should I get this, or why should I get the phone, or why shouldn't I get either at all? So what I just had on was the 24 mil, the Canon 24 mil f2.8, and most kit lenses go from a range of like 18 to 55. So if you're wondering, okay, what 18 looks like, this is kind of what you would get with like a standard lens, which is already pretty wide. Like, I'm standing about 3 feet away from the camera, maybe 4, with the Rode VideoMic Pro on top. And this is a pretty good thing. You can see this house over here, just kind of right there. You kind of see a little bit of that. But the wonderful thing about this lens is, watch this. This is 10 mil. You see everything. Like, I don't have to try to fit to be in the frame. I can just move around. I can talk. I can literally jump up and down, and you can see all of me. And the most important part with this is the audio is still good. I can literally actually get closer and get more intimate with you and talk to you with the camera, and the audio is going to be even better, but you still get what you would get with the 18 mil. So this thing, I bought it like a long time ago, and I'm gonna see me jumping up and down and bouncing back and forth and going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, because I'm so excited. But I bought this thing quite some time ago, before I really understood enough about cameras to appreciate what it can do. But, like, look at that. Like, that to that, that to that, and those are both already really wide. So to get back to iPhone 11, this is the lens I was using for the kind of like close-ups of this camera, or of this lens. Now I want to go ahead and focus on performance of this lens versus like the iPhone, like why it makes so much sense if you own a DSLR camera, or even if you don't own one, why it makes sense to go ahead and buy one over buying a brand new phone. I'm gonna go grab Baby Titan. Okay, I'm back. All right, let's take this time to talk about the iPhone XS Max and then kind of like the 11 as well. You, like many, probably already have an iPhone, whether it's the iPhone 8 or iPhone whatever, that shoots wide angle shots, and then sometimes you might have a telephoto. Like, why get another camera that has like the ultra wide on it? Why does that actually make any sense? So I think it makes sense for anyone that doesn't own a DSLR. But if you are that person that already owns an iPhone or already owns a DSLR, I think, and you're wanting that wide, that ultra wide look, I think the smart move is to get the 10 to 18 mil. I thought getting this lens, being a very not super great f-stop, f4.5 to 5.6. If you know anything about film, that's not great. It's not perfect because you literally can't use it inside. Or at least those are my thoughts. Those are my kind of givings about this. And I was pleasantly surprised last night, not trying to do anything, just had the lights on in the house. I took this inside and I was able to use it at ISO 800 in most spots and then ISO 1600. It's not going to be like a f1.8 where you get like everything beautiful and perfect every time, or a Canon 24 mil where you can fit a lot of stuff in the screen and it's still pretty good in low light. It's not going to be any of that, but because it fits so much in screen, you have light spots here, light spots there, and you really can tell that you can really feel what's going on. So performance-wise, being able to operate in such low light at being a high f-stop for what I would usually use, spot on. Also, it focuses really fast, so I'm gonna kind of try to trick it. So like a second, and it does the same in low light too. Like you can like literally, it picks a spot and you can see where the squares are going. Comparatively, for the iPhone, it does horrible in low light. It's whenever you shoot anything inside, it's going to be grain, or it's going to have that tint of grain where you just sort of like, is this going to be a good spot, a good shot or not? The 10 mil that's on the iPhone 11 is going to be no different. They claim that it's going to be different, but trust me, I've iterated iPhone after iPhone after iPhone after iPhone after iPhone, and it's still, because it's such a small tiny sensor on the phones, it can only do so much. And that's not iPhone's fault, it's just the reality of what we're living in right now. Comparatively, with a DSLR, you have room for this lens to work and do what it needs to do. It also has image stabilization, by the way. You also get great audio, like if you attach an external mic, which now that the iPhone's gotten rid of the headphone jack, you gotta kind of like finagle it around if you really wanted to put an external mic in it. And lastly, the quality. The quality is actually there. It's not gonna be extra ultimate cinema, whatever, but I'm gonna give you a comparison in feet of where I'm, from how far this is to here. And that'll maybe give you a little bit even more of a kind of, anyways. This is about 20 feet away, so you can hear me. This is what it would sound like if I was about 20 feet away using the Rode video mic on a DSLR. This is about 10 feet away for, DSLR, yada, yada, yada. This is about 6 feet away. For you to be able to fit all this in a 6 foot whatever, that's tremendous. And then this is like 2 feet away. And then this is 1 foot away. This is kind of what you can tell from 1 foot. And that's like half a foot, so I don't know if I'm in focus. It looks like I'm in focus. That right there, for it to be able to focus with it being half a foot, few inches really, from the body, is another perk. So you can get that really nice depth of field doing that and using that. So to wrap this up, 2 questions. Should you get the iPhone 11 or should you get a dedicated DSLR lens? Simple, easy answer. Dedicated 10 to 18 mil. This guy is only $200. They dropped it about $100. So perfect time. If you were to get an iPhone 11, if this was the 11, this would be minimum $1,000, which probably a range of, you know, upwards. So $200 is the win. I don't have a DSLR. Should I upgrade, or should I don't have a DSLR, should I upgrade from an iPhone 8 or an iPhone 10 to the iPhone 11? I'm gonna say no. I don't think the incremental change is worth it that much. And then lastly, I don't own an iPhone, period. I don't own a DSLR camera, period, but I would love to have the new wide angle technology that it offers. Should I get it? My answer is mostly yes. Yes, if all you care about is a phone that can shoot wides and you kind of accept the quality and that's the only thing you're going to be using. But no, if you do plan to start vlogging. I would recommend getting the Canon SL2. It's $500. There's a 3 out, the same price right now, with a Rode video mic, which is about $200, so that's $700, paired with this lens, which is another $200. So that's a $1,000 setup, same cost as the iPhone 11 Pro, and you're gonna get this quality. Really hope you enjoyed this one. If you're curious as to my initial thoughts of iPad OS, I did create a film on that, and you can look at it, see how it works, etc. All that. Remember, give me a like, a subscribe. Really subscribe. Like, if you found any value out of this, if it helped you in your buying decision, I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel. I'm Will Mosley. I make reviews about tech and thoughts about being a dad. Catch you on the next one. Peace.